Welcome to the viewers. Today we are going to discuss cost sheet or statement of cost. దీన్నే మనం తెలుగులో వ్యయ నివేదిక అంటాం. ఈ వ్యయ నివేదిక అనేటటువంటిది కాస్ట్ అకౌంటింగ్ చాలా ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి అంశం. కాస్ట్ షీట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ a components of cost which is displaying the total cost by adding all the different components of cost. వివిధ రకాల వ్యయాలన్నింటినీ చూపుతూ వివిధ రకాల వ్యయాలన్నింటినీ కూడిన తర్వాత వచ్చేటటువంటి మొత్తం వ్యయాన్ని తెలియజేస్తూ ఆ మొత్తం వ్యయాన్ని ఆధారంగా చేసుకుని ఒక వస్తువు ధర నిర్ణయించడానికి ఉపయోగపడేటటువంటి దాన్ని మనము కాస్ట్ షీట్ లేదా వ్యయ నివేదిక అని అనుకో. మనం కాస్ట్ షీట్ డెఫినేషన్ చూసినట్లయితే it's a statement showing various components of total cost of output of a particular product or service produced during a particular period. So very simple definition, anybody can remember. వ్యయ నివేదిక అనేటటువంటిది ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్. ఇది వివిధ రకాలైనటువంటి వ్యయాలను చూపుతుంది. మొత్తం వ్యయాన్ని కూడా తెలుసుకోవడం కోసమే. ఈ మొత్తం వ్యయం ఒక ఉత్పత్తికి సంబంధించింది కావచ్చు, లేదా ఒక సేవా యాక్టివిటీకి సంబంధించింది కావచ్చు, ఒక సేవా కార్యకలాపానికి సంబంధించింది కావచ్చు. ఈ సేవా కార్యకలాపం కానీ లేదా ఒక వస్తువు ఉత్పత్తికి సంబంధించింది, ఒక కాలానికి సంబంధించింది అయి ఉన్నది పర్టికులర్గా. అంటే ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి specific period of time, for this month, for this week, or for this 1 year, or for this half year, like that. The specific period must be mentioned. It may be prepared on actual basis as well as estimated basis. This cost sheet can be prepared actual basis, whatever it is actually happened, whatever it is actually expenses incurred, based on that we can prepare the cost sheet. Or otherwise we can prepare the cost sheet based upon the estimated values. How much is going to incur for producing a particular product or for providing a particular service can be estimated, and based upon the estimated values we can prepare the cost sheet. So cost sheet can be prepared based upon actual values or estimated values. What are the contents which we are going to see in the cost sheet is, a cost sheet shows different components of total cost. That's what we have observed in the definition itself. That is different components of total cost. What are the different costs of total cost is, number one, prime cost, factory cost, and cost of goods produced. These are the three important factors which we can come across in the cost sheet when we are going to discuss about the cost sheet. What is prime cost, what is factory cost, we will explain in the later stage. And another component is total cost. Why? What is the necessity of knowing the total cost? Because when we want to fix a price for a particular product, we are supposed to know the total cost which is incurred for a producing of one particular product, and also cost per unit. It is very, very important, cost per unit, so that we can fix the price, we can control the cost, we can maximize the efficiency, minimize the wastage. So that for all these reasons it is very, very important to know the cost per unit. After knowing the contents, what are the uses of the cost sheet? Why? What is the necessity of preparing this cost sheet? The foremost important factor for preparing the cost sheet is to ascertain the total cost. Ascertainment of the total cost. What is meant by ascertainment of the total cost? That is nothing but simply discovering of the total cost or finding out the total cost. That means మొత్తం వ్యయాన్ని తెలుసుకోవడం కోసం ఇది ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. And also different components of total cost and cost per unit of output can be find out through the preparation of cost sheet. And the second most important use from the cost sheet is, it helps in fixing the selling price or quotations. It helps in fixing the selling prices or quotations. When we need to fix the selling price for a particular product, or when we want to send a quotation for the one job or one activity, this cost sheet is going to be very essential and useful. So these selling prices and fixing the quotations, in this case the cost sheet will help a lot. And another use is comparison of actual cost with the standard cost. Before conducting any activity, that is any production activity or any service activity, we are going to fix the standard cost. This much cost is going to incur. ఇంత ఖర్చు అవుతుంది అని ఒక రకమైనటువంటి ప్రామాణికాలను మనం సెట్ చేస్తున్నాం. అటువంటి ప్రామాణికాలను ఆ జాబ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, ఆ యాక్టివిటీ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, వాట్ ఎవర్ ది జాబ్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ది ప్రొడక్షన్ యాక్టివిటీ విచ్ వీ వాంటెడ్ టు కండక్ట్, ఇఫ్ వన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డన్, and we will come to know that the actual cost which is incurred for production of that particular product. That case, once the actual production is over, then we can compare the actual cost with the standard cost. That means మనకు ఖచ్చితంగా అయినటువంటి వ్యయాలను ప్రామాణిక వ్యయాలతో మనం పోల్చి చూసుకునే అవకాశాన్ని కల్పిస్తుంది ఈ వ్యయ నివేదిక అనేటువంటిది. Actual cost of one period with that of another period. Another comparison is we can compare the actual cost for one period to the another period. That means the actual cost which is incurred for the 2020 you can compare with the 2019. That means 2019 year actual cost and 2020 year actual cost. We can put it in a cost sheet and compare why the actual cost is increasing from year on year. What are the reasons? That we can extract while comparing actual cost for two period of time. That is also very, in this case also it is very helpful in the cost sheet. And it helps in controlling the cost. When we are comparing the cost from one period to another period, we will come to know that the cost is increasing, what is the reason, why it is increasing. So all these reasons, when we come to know that, it is very easy to us to control the cost, and also helps preparation of estimates for submission of tenders. Estimates, when we are going to send a tender for any activity, this cost sheet will help us to estimate the cost for conducting that particular job. So at the time of preparation of tenders, this cost sheet will help to estimate the cost for incurring that particular job or activity. These are the 5 very important uses from the cost sheet. Next is types. This cost sheet may be prepared in two different ways. That is on actual cost basis. Another one is on estimated values. On actual cost basis is the actuals is already happened, already incurred, already మనకి అయినటువంటి ఖర్చులను ఆధారంగా చేసుకుని తయారు చేయడం. Estimated figures or estimated values is very simple. It is we are estimating that this much going to be incurring or this much going to happen for conducting that particular job. అంటే మనకు ఈ ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి ఉత్పత్తి కార్యకలాపాన్ని చేపట్టినట్లయితే మనకి ఇంత ఖర్చు కావచ్చు అని ఊహాజనితంగా మనం ఊహించుకునేటటువంటి వ్యయాలను ఆధారంగా తయారు చేసేటటువంటి పద్ధతి ఒకటి. ఆల్రెడీ మనకు అయినటువంటి మనం పూర్తి చేసినటువంటి ఖర్చులను పెట్టినటువంటి వాటి మీద ఆధారంగా చేసుకునేటటువంటి పద్ధతి ఇంకోటి. సో ఫస్ట్ ది హిస్టారికల్ కాస్ట్ షీట్. ఇది అంటే యాక్చువల్ కాస్ట్ ఇంకర్ అయిన తర్వాత వాటిని ఆధారంగా చేసుకుని తయారు చేసేటటువంటి దాన్ని హిస్టారికల్ కాస్ట్ షీట్ అంటారు. What is historical cost sheet? This historical cost sheet is prepared on the basis of actual cost after actual cost have been incurred is called as historical cost sheet. The basis of actual cost. Basis of actual cost. After the actual cost have been incurred, already have been incurred. That means we have already spent that expenses. Based on that, we are preparing the cost sheet that is called as a హిస్టారికల్ కాస్ట్ షీట్. మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఖర్చు చేసినటువంటి వ్యయాలను ఆధారం చేసుకుని తయారు చేసేటటువంటి వ్యయ నివేదికను హిస్టారికల్ కాస్ట్ షీట్ అంటారు. ఎస్టిమేటెడ్ కాస్ట్ షీట్. This cost sheet is prepared on the basis of estimated cost. That means this estimated cost before the actual commencement of the production. We are not started the actual production or actual activity. Just we are estimating the cost based upon the estimated values. When we are preparing the cost sheet, that is called as a estimated cost sheet. So here the basic difference is, one is already the expenses or cost have been incurred in first case, and in the second case before the expenses incurred. First case after the expenses incurred, second case before the expenses incurred. వ్యయాలు జరగక ముందు తయారు చేసేదాన్ని ఎస్టిమేటెడ్ కాస్ట్ షీట్ అని, వ్యయాలు జరిగిన తరువాత ఆధారంగా చేసుకుని తయారు చేసేటటువంటి దాన్ని హిస్టారికల్ కాస్ట్ షీట్ అని అంటాం. సో ట్రై టు రిమెంబర్ ఓన్లీ టూ థింగ్స్: historical cost sheet, estimated cost sheet. Estimated cost sheet is used for the preparation of tenders. Historical cost sheet is used to know the profit planning, to control the cost. For other reasons we are preparing the historical cost, and also it is useful to compare the year on year, that is from last year to this year we can compare the actual cost for the 19 to 20, so that we will come to know that wherever the wastages are happened, and we can take the action to control the wastages. But in case of estimated cost, this estimated cost sheet is prepared when we need to submit the tenders for conducting any activity, either it may be production activity or service activity, whatever the job which we are planning to conduct. Before that we need to submit a tenders to the other party, so that the estimated cost sheet is very essential when we are going to submit the tenders. So this is about types of cost sheet. Next is we can see a pro forma of cost sheet or statement of cost sheet for the period of so and so. Here we can write the number of units produced, that means 1000 units or 10,000 units or 1 lakh units, whatever it may be. And in this cost sheet is going to show in three columns. One is particulars, total cost, cost per unit. In the particulars, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. In total cost column we can see the total cost, and in the cost per unit, how we will get the cost per unit is simple. Cost per unit is equals to total cost divided by number of units produced. Total cost divided by number of units produced. Total cost divided by number of units produced. This is nothing but cost per unit, CPU. So when we are calculating cost per unit, and then after calculation of finding out the direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, when we add it, we will get the prime cost. Prime cost is nothing but a combination of direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. For the prime cost we need to add the works overhead, that is nothing but factory overheads, factory expenses. After adding the factory expenses or works overhead, we will get the works cost. Works cost, this is total works cost, this is cost per unit. Office and administrative overheads, then after adding office and administrative overheads, we will get the cost of production. Selling and distribution overheads, then we will get the total cost or cost of sales. This is called as total cost or cost of sales. Try to remember, total cost is nothing but cost of sales. For the total cost, we need to add the profit or less the loss. Then we will get the sales value. So this is a cost sheet, very important. This is a simplified cost sheet. I will show you the elaborated cost sheet in the next session. This cost sheet has to be remembered each and every student for solving the problems. try to note down this cost sheet in your notebook and try to understand it effectively. And then what are the components are included in the cost sheet? An organization needs to bear multiple types of overheads while carrying out business operations. In a cost sheet, the following overheads or expenditures are presented systematically. We can see on the diagram the components of cost. Components of cost. Already we have come across this prime cost and works cost or factory cost, cost of production. Then we'll get the total cost. Total cost plus profit, then you will get the sales. This total cost is also known as cost of sales. Cost of sales. So now what we need to do, what is prime cost? Prime cost is nothing but direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses is nothing but prime cost. What is works over cost? And based upon the cost sheet, I am just explaining to you once again. Works cost is nothing but prime cost plus works cost. We will get the works overhead. And after calculating works overhead, works cost, cost of production is nothing but by adding the office administrative expenses. Office and administrative. Office and administrative. Office and administrative expenses. Here in total cost, selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution. Selling and distribution expenses. So for the cost of production, when we add the selling and distribution expenses, we will get the total cost, and for the total cost, when we add the profit, we will get the sales value. This is overall cost sheet and the components of cost sheet. Now we will see the one by one what is prime cost and how it will arise, what to do to find out the prime cost, and all these things we will see in the next slides. Components of cost. First, take the prime cost. Prime cost is very simple. It's an initial cost incurred for the manufacturing of a product. Prime cost is nothing but దీనినే ప్రధాన వ్యయం అంటాం. It's incurred for the production of a product. ఒక వస్తువుని ఉత్పత్తి చేయడానికి అయ్యేటటువంటి ప్రధాన వ్యయాలను కలిపి మనం ప్రధాన వ్యయం అంటాం. ఈ ప్రధాన వ్యయాలు ఏమేమి అనుకున్నట్లయితే రా మెటీరియల్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఎసెన్షియల్, లేబర్ వేజెస్ కంపల్సరీ, and other production related expenses is termed as prime cost. Formula for the prime cost is equals to direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses. Where direct material is calculated, again we need to calculate the direct material. Is calculated with the help of the following formula. Direct material is equals to material purchased plus opening stock of raw materials minus closing stock of raw materials. Direct material is equals to material purchased. ఆ సంవత్సరంలో పర్చేస్ చేసినటువంటి మెటీరియల్స్ ప్లస్ మెటీరియల్ అంటే ముడిసరుకు. ఈ ముడిసరుకు ఎందుకు ఉపయోగపడుతుంది? ఒక వస్తువును ఉత్పత్తి చేయడానికి ప్రధానమైనటువంటిది మెటీరియల్ ముడిసరుకు. ఆ ముడిసరుకు ఆ సంవత్సరంలో కొనుగోలు చేసినటువంటిది ప్లస్ opening stock of raw materials. That means from the last year, whatever the raw material is left over in the last year, that is going to be opening stock for this current year. That has to be added for the material purchase. Opening stock of raw materials minus closing stock of raw materials. Raw material ఈ సంవత్సరంలో చిట్టచిన్న మిగిలి ఉన్నటువంటి closing stock ని మనం డిడక్ట్ చేస్తే we will get the direct material. So finally we knew that prime cost is nothing but it's an initial cost incurred for manufacturing of a product what are the initial costs incurred for producing a product is nothing but direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, all put together, all direct expenses becomes a prime cost. Then let's see works cost or factory cost. Works cost or factory cost is simply prime cost plus factory overhead plus opening stock of work in progress minus closing stock of work in progress. How do you get the works cost? Works cost is simple. We have to take the prime cost because already we calculated the prime cost plus factory overhead plus here what we need to do is work in progress. WIP means work in progress. Work in progress means in the machinery work is going on, the product is not yet finished, it is under process. Work in progress, it is under process. So that work in progress, it is not yet released to the go down, it is there in the machinery, it is in between manufacturing. మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ప్రక్రియలో ఇంకా ఉంది, పూర్తి కాలేదు, అటువంటి దాన్ని మనము వర్క్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ అంటాం. ఈ వర్క్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఓపెనింగ్ స్టాక్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ ని కూడాలి, క్లోజింగ్ స్టాక్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ వాల్యూని లెస్ చేయాలి, చేస్తే వచ్చేటటువంటిది మనకి వర్క్స్ కాస్ట్. Next, components of cost. Next step is cost of production. The cost of production includes all the direct and indirect cost, including the material, labor and other expenses. That is production cost, factory cost and office or administrative cost. The following formula denotes the computation of cost of production. Here we need to remember in the cost of production, the foremost important thing is direct and indirect. All direct and indirect expenses are going to be taken into consideration for calculation of cost of production. Cost of production is nothing but works cost. Already we calculated the works cost. Works cost is nothing but prime cost plus factory cost plus opening work in progress minus closing work in progress. Then we will get the works cost plus administrative overhead. Office and administrative, when we add the office and administrative expenses to the works cost, then we will get the cost of production. Next is cost of production of goods sold is equals to works cost plus office and administrative overhead plus finished goods, opening finished goods minus closing finished goods. Then we will get the cost of production of goods sold. Cost of production is, we are not going to consider the finished goods. When we are talking about cost of production of goods sold, we are considering opening finished stock as well as closing finished stock. All the closing work in progress, closing material, closing finished goods, all should be deducted and opening values has to be added. Components of cost. Total cost, the final value of a product or service can be determined after adding all the selling and distribution expenses to the cost of production of goods sold. The formula to find out the total cost or cost of sale is total cost is equals to cost of production sold plus selling and distribution overhead. Total cost is equals to cost of production of goods sold. How do you calculate the cost of production of goods sold? That we already known, and adding to that selling and distribution expenses. Whatever the selling and distribution expenses is incurred, that is going to be add to the cost of production of goods sold, then we will get the total cost. This total cost is very, very important to fix the price. If the sales price of the product or services is known, the following method can be used to determine the profit. Already when we know the sales value, we can easily calculate the profit. That is, profit is equals to sales minus total cost, then we will get the profit. So this is the way we need to calculate the different components of cost, and based upon the different components of cost, we have to find the total cost. Based on the total cost, we need to identify the profit or and sales and that ends the our cost sheet. Now I will show you the elaborated cost sheet for the purpose of these students. You can see the elaborated cost sheet that is prescribed or cost sheet. This is elaborated cost sheet of the so and so company for the month of so and so. The particulars is given over here. Details, total cost, cost per unit. I already told you direct material. Direct material, that is raw material consumed. How to calculate the raw material consumed is very simple. Opening stock of raw material we have to take in inner column. Add materials purchased. Add carriage inward or freight inward. Then we will get some value. In that value we have to deduct this value, closing stock of raw materials. This is minus value. Closing stock of raw materials has to be deducted. Then we will get the direct material value. And then taking the direct labor value, students try to remember how to calculate the direct material value is equals to first raw materials consumed is equals to opening stock of raw materials plus materials purchased plus carriage inward or freight inward minus closing stock of raw materials. Then we will get the final value of materials, direct materials. And direct labor we have to take it from the directly from the problem, and direct expenses we will take directly from the problem these values and we will add. Then we will get the direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses. Then we will have prime cost. After getting the prime cost we have to add the factory overheads. Factory overheads, indirect material, indirect labor, factory rent and rates, power and fuel, factory lighting and supervision, factory or works manager salary, factory water supply, factory insurance, factory stationery, factory cleaning, drawing office expenses, depreciation of plant and machinery, cost of research and equipment, other factory expenses. After writing all these things we need to add and show it the total value. Unless sale of scrap, any scrap value if we sold, that is to be deducted under factory overheads only, and the leftover balance is to be shown in the outer column and in the cost per unit. Then add opening stock of work in progress less closing stock of work in progress. Then we will get the works cost as a total cost and then works cost per unit. Like this we have to prepare other cost of production, works cost. After finding out the works cost, again we need to add the office and administration overheads. Office and administration overheads. Under office and administration overheads, office rent. Here in the under the office administration and overhead, we are going to consider all the expenses incurred which are relating to office, not to the factory. Factory expenses are all considered under factory cost. Office related, office rent, office lighting, office stationery, office salaries, management expenses, all legal charges like this, all these things are going to be considered under office and administrative overhead. After office and administrative overheads, we will have cost of production. We will get the cost of production. Under the cost of production, we have to add the finished goods opening less finished goods closing. Then we will get the cost of production of goods sold. Then add selling and distribution overhead. Ikkada all relating to selling. Salesman salary, salesman commission, showroom expenses, showroom rent and rates, advertisement, which are purely relating to marketing and sales. సంబంధించినటువన్నీ కూడా ఇక్కడ సెల్లింగ్ అండ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్ లో రాసుకుంటాం. రాసిన తర్వాత all these things to be added and shown into the outer column, that is in total cost as well as cost per unit. and after adding all these things, that is prime cost, works cost, cost of production of goods sold, we will get the total cost. Total cost, total cost per unit. Now we will add the profit or less the loss. If it is a loss is there, we have to deduct. If it is profit is there, we have to add the profit, and then we will get the sales, total sales, selling price per unit. Like this, we need to do the cost sheet when we are solving the problems or when we are preparing the cost sheet based upon the given problem. Thank you. Thank you students for watching this video, and try to note down all the important points, and we will meet in the next class.